Welcome to another episode of This Is Anything Goes. Alright, so today I'm going to start a new series whereby I'll be restoring this 2007 Prodrom Myvi. It's my wife's first car, and let's just say ever since she got the Ford EcoSport, she has not been using this car much, and I have not been using it much as well, so the mileage are pretty low for a car of its age. I think less than 120,000 for 15-year-old car is very low. And yeah, it has just been parked at the site and used as a spare car, which you probably know I have a lot of other cars, so this doesn't get used pretty often. Okay, so the last time I drove this was somewhere around January 2021, so that's about 1 year 3 months ago. That also because it was driven here after when I moved from the old house to the new house, to this current house. Before that, it was just park in shade for. Alright, so the car doesn't start right now. Alright, I think it's just a matter of a battery because I can jump start it. So I'll be changing the battery, and I'll be changing the battery terminals today. Okay, because it's badly corroded and I don't really like this type of terminals. Doesn't look good at all. Okay, besides that, I will need to find replacement parts for some of the rubbers which has clearly degraded. Alright, this one is actually to hold the bonnet so that it doesn't vibrate too much. Alright, it's broken on this side as well. And then the interiors are not too bad. The interiors are okay. It's not dirty or anything. Thank God these are not leather seats, so it's not moldy. I'm just thinking whether I should change all this. Alright, but this is moldy. This is moldy over here. And then we have the biohazard stuff like the mask and some other stuff that has been abandoned here for a while. Okay, so let's get to it. Okay, first off, we need to take off the lids and then take the battery out. And then we need to splice this open. Alright. Okay, just want to show you guys what I'm looking at here. So I've cut the red color insulator off. And as you can see, it's very dirty. I don't even know what to call this, but it's very sticky and all. Alright, so what happened was that prior to this car being decommissioned, I borrowed this car to my sister-in-law, and she brought it to a workshop. Had some of the things changed, the absorber changed, a couple of other things, and what the mechanic did also was he put grease all over the positive terminal, which resulted with all the corrosion and all. Alright, prior to that, I never had any corrosion issues with the positive terminal, but ever since that was done, well, let's just say it wasn't good. Alright, so I will have to replace the terminal. I have to recap this terminal, alright, in order to use the new heads. Okay, so this is very dirty. I will clean it up. I will splice it open and make a new terminal joint. Hopefully that's not too much of a problem. Alright, so yeah, how to splice it up? A good old box cutter knife. Okay, so we are done. Alright, as you can see, I've changed the mount to something a bit more nicer compared to the previous one. This is the negative and this is the positive. Okay, later on I will put a heat shrink. I do not have it with me right now, but later on I'll put a heat shrink and then heat shrink it so that it's nicer. Right now it's just electrical tape. It will come off with the engine heat. Alright, okay, so time to put the battery. For the battery, I'm going to go with the Amarango. Okay, this is the same battery that I was using previously. Alright, which is it didn't write here, but it should be an NS40. Okay, so what we do is we will put it with the cover that comes with the car. Okay, then we'll put it into the car. Alright, as you can see, the mount is clean. Alright, so yeah, let's just put this in. We'll secure it. And you're probably thinking, it doesn't fit. Okay, so what we'll be using is actually these mounts. Okay, it's actually pretty simple. Make sure you buy the smaller size one, since this is a Myvi, the battery heads are smaller. Alright, as you can see, there's two different sizes. Alright, so you won't go wrong. Alright, you put the positive into the negative, it will be too loose, and the negative will not fit into the positive. Okay, so you can't go wrong with this. Put it in, and open this up and put it in. Then bolt it down, and then we will tighten this up. Alright, okay, that's tight. Let's close this and let's tighten this. Okay, so you do the same for the positive side as well. Okay, there you have it. The batteries are done nicely. Okay. Okay, you might want to tighten this a bit more. Okay, nice and tight. Fit. Alright, so guys, that's how we change the battery terminals from something that looks horrible and degraded to something that is new and looks nicer. Alright. Okay. So let's go to the summary, alright? Alright guys, that's the end of the video, and that's how we change the terminal of a rotten a rotten terminal on a car. Alright, so this is done on the 2007 Prodome Myvi, but should be applicable to all cars except for maybe the terminal size is different, so make sure you get the correct terminal size. Alright, so let's talk a bit about this. How did it get to this point? Alright, so as I mentioned earlier in the video, this car was borrowed to my sister-in-law to drive for a couple of months, and she brought it to a mechanic, and what the mechanic did was apply grease on the positive terminal. Alright, before that I did not have any problem. The terminals were perfect, just like how it was when it came out from the factory at 2007. So because of the grease, it started having all this blue color stuff coming out of it, and which you can clean with hot water and that's it. Alright, and it will disappear, but it will come back again in a couple of days. Alright, and that was not nice at all. Okay, and over time it actually degraded the, or should I say it ate up the metal on the terminal itself, to the point where you saw in the video it doesn't actually even bolt it tightly. Okay, so changing that helps, and make sure next time your mechanic don't put grease all over here. That's not good. In terms of cost, okay, so these two cost me about 9 ringgit for a pair. 9 ringgit, and the lug nut here I got it from Trimas Malaysia. It's about 3 ringgit 50 cents, and for each, so that's about 7 ringgit, so 16 ringgit in total. And yeah, 17 ringgit, 16-17 ringgit just to get this change. And the battery is new. This is Marango NS40. Okay, yeah, I guess that's it. Alright, as I mentioned, I'll put a heat shrink here because PVC tape will just come loose with all the heat. Okay, and right, so one thing I want to talk about is the crimp on the terminal here. So I do not have the crimping tool, so what I did was I used these style pliers. Alright, so I tighten it, squeeze it, tighten it a bit, squeeze it, tighten it a bit, squeeze it, to the point where it actually locks in tightly. Okay, and the old terminals, right, so the old terminals, how I got it out. Fastest way possible, angle grinder. Alright. Okay, so I guess this is all for this video. I will continue restoring this vehicle. Alright, as you can see, there's a lot of things that needs to be done. Alright, this rubber piece needs to be replaced. I need to find the parts for that, and I will change the air filter, and I'll change the spark plugs. Alright, so all those will be in the next video for this car's restoration. So if you like it and you want to see it, hit the subscribe, hit the bell button so you get notified. Yeah, I might need to get some of these as well. Sorry, sidetracking. Car's pretty dirty. Okay, so yeah, hit this if you like this video, hit this if you don't like it, but leave us a comment on how to improve further. Alright, till next time, see ya.